Sean Callahan here with Steve Sipple of Huskeronline. It's fun to say that, by the way. We're doing our first on-camera thing here. And,
how about that?
Before we get into the Tuesday breakdown, get on Huskeronline. Check us out. We got a great deal going on. You can get the first year of Huskeronline on the On3 Sports Network. We got a deal for all Nebraska fans, $1 SIP for the whole year to get logged on. We are really taking advantage of this. A lot of new members to our site. It's an exciting time, but let's get into the practice recap. We heard from the coordinators, Eric Chenander, Mark Whipple, a couple of players as well, tight end Nate Borkacher and O'Shawn Mathis. But let's stick on the coordinators. Eric Chenander, and I thought you had an interesting question with him just about the guys not being lined up. And he admitted that in so many ways. This defense, has had some alignment issues and some things that have kind of hurt them at times early in this season.
Yeah, he said that North Dakota on Saturday did a good job of subbing in late. He said we got personneled a couple times. So North Dakota's substitution pattern came in late.
Gamesmanship.
Yeah, a little gamesmanship came in late. And then it forces Nebraska to make a quick call late. And, there's some young, newer guys out there, and some things may get lost in translation. It didn't happen all that often, but it impacted them when it did. So you saw it. I mean, we were watching the game, and there was a few times where, Nebraska, as right before the ball's going to get snapped, clearly guys waving their arms around, moving around, not in right spots, and that's trouble. That's usually trouble.
An inside linebacker too, Sipple, that's a position, I don't want to say trouble, but they've had issues there. The Nick Henrich injury, he's a captain of this defense. He's out for probably this game, and who knows how much longer they're going to be without him. So they just said, Ernest Hausman, we're going to put you out there and figure it out. North Dakota's a perfect game to do it. And then they spelled him with Chris Kolarovich. Magua Clements only played about
three snaps.
So
yeah,
he wasn't really a factor. So you get the sense it's going to be Hausman again being spelled this week by Chris Kolarovich.
Yeah, I had to do a double take on the PFF snap counts on Hausman. Hausman played 40 snaps. Ativa Maga Clements played 3, like you said. So yeah, that was interesting. I didn't expect it to go like that. I thought Maga Clements would play more. Now, as far as Hausman goes, missed a couple tackles early. I think he evened out as the game went on, but he's got to make those tackles. I mean, those are killers. And you know what? He's tackling guys from North Dakota. Not that they're bad, but those running backs in the Big Ten are going to be tougher to corral than that.
Well, and there's been 29 missed tackles by Nebraska's defense over 2 games, according to PFF. I'm sure the coaches have their own take on some of those numbers, but we've seen them. I mean, there's been a lot of times where Nebraska, it's 3rd down, 2nd down, they're in position to make an impact play, and they missed those tackles.
Yeah.
And I thought that was – that's real noticeable. I mean, especially on a 16-play drive that North Dakota had on Saturday in the second quarter.
So, yeah, on that 16-play drive, Sean, Nebraska had 2 3rd and longs. They had North Dakota in 3rd and long twice. 3rd and 12 one time, 3rd and 8 one time. Now, they got 7 on the 3rd and 8, but then they converted to 4th down. But you got to get off the field. On 3rd and 12 and 3rd and 7, come on. You got to get off the damn field. Sorry about my line.
The pass rush did improve in the second half. O'Shawn Mathis, Garrett Nelson, Caleb Tanner had 9 pressures, 2 sacks, 1 forced fumble, 1 batted ball. If this defense is going to get any better and take a step forward, that's where it's going to be. Those guys. And I'll put Stephon Wynn in there. I thought the big man out of the Alabama transfer came in, and he played really well on Saturday, had the fumble recovery too.
Well, what you hope is that they generated some confidence in the second half, because it's a defense that needs confidence. That first game, I think it shell-shocked them. And watching warm-ups, watching the first half, on their heels a little bit. In warm-ups, I didn't think they looked particularly confident. I think that Northwestern game, and then let's face it, Sean, the week leading to the North Dakota game was tough. I mean, it was a tough deal.
Everyone was sick.
Yeah, a lot of people
thrown off.
Yeah, they're a little thrown off. So now let's see what it looks like in a more normal situation.
Well, let's talk offense now. Mark Whipple spoke to the reporters and got a lot of questions about just, are you hearing the noise and the critics? And just kind of like what you'd expect a 40-year coaching veteran would say. He goes, I don't read anything. I don't even know what they say about it. I mean, he's got a pretty even keel approach where he's never going to get too high. He's never going to get too low.
Well, if you think about it, especially in his shoes at age 65, what does it matter what people? Why does it matter at all what people say? He's not trying to build a resume. He's not trying to build a reputation. For a guy like that, the outside noise means absolutely nothing. Trust me, as an older guy.
And you try to tell me that sometimes too.
Yeah,
Don't worry about it.
Don't give a damn what people say. It doesn't matter. Who cares? Especially in his situation.
Yeah, you look at the quarterback play, though. Casey was 14 of 21. I worry, Sip, about the durability of Casey Thompson.
Yeah.
You know, he was seen going into the medical tent. We saw Chubba Purdy actually get up and warm up. You know, as this season gets into the deeper portions, he's going to take some legit hits.
Yeah.
I think they've been pretty fortunate to limit his, big hits.
Yeah, and it kind of goes into that discussion about the run game. They ran him one time on an option play or a read zone, whatever it was. One time though, and I would limit it too. I just don't think you can afford to send him out on the edges and expose him to those hits. He scrambled for 11, I think, or scrambled for 14. That's good. But I do think you got to limit it. He came into the post-game press conference with an ice pack on his left shoulder, not his throwing shoulder, and his left knee. Now, yesterday, though, he came to the press conference. He looked fine. I think he's fine. But, yeah, you definitely got to watch that and limit his exposure to big hits. I don't know. I guess that's what I would do. Some people are going to say, wait a second. Come on, man, it's football. They got depth at quarterback. Why limit it? I would limit it.
Well, then the other big story has been the emergence of Anthony Grant. I think if he can continue to do what he's doing, it's going to take so much pressure off the offensive line. It's going to take pressure off Casey Thompson, even Mark Whipple, when you can get the yards he's given Nebraska. And, you know, there's been a lot of people trying to make, where's the other running backs? He won the job. I mean, there's a lot of, everyone's worried about, Gabe Urban or, Ramir Johnson or Jacquez Yant. Mm-hmm. Anthony Grant won the job.
Well, he won the job in the spring and then continued it into preseason camp, and then has continued into the games. And I think A.J. Allen has proved to be a worthy number 2. A.J. Allen is a good running back. Ramir will have a place in this offense. I mean, running backs never make it through the season totally unscathed injury-wise. They're going to need Ramir. He needs to be ready. And, you know, he got caught between positions, like Frost said. They're training him at that slot receiver position. Probably took away some of his practice reps at running back. And, again, we haven't really had a doubt going back to spring who the number 1 guy was going to be. Ramir was competing for number 2 snaps, let's face it. That's what he's competing.
Well, and I think we know the history of running backs at Nebraska. Usually you know game 1 if a guy's good or not. It very rarely does a guy in year 3 or 4 just become a great running back.
Ozigbo did. Ozigbo
but he still flashed as a freshman.
Yeah, he did flash as
Illinois,
a freshman. Yeah.
Champaign.
Oh, good point, yeah.
You saw it then. You see it, like Brandon Jackson. Like I saw him walk in the stadium, like, yep, he's a guy. You know, like, and I feel like A.J. Allen has that kind of presence. And Anthony Grant, I mean, the kid has clawed through so many, different adversity situations to get back here to Nebraska. So everyone's so happy for this kid, and he's tough.
Yeah, I think he's largely defined by his toughness. Ramir is a good running back. There's no doubt about that.
He'll get his chance at some point.
And if he's number 3 or 4, that's what he is. I mean, yeah, he'll definitely get a chance.
All right, well, that wraps it up here on our Tuesday recap from Husker practice. Once again, make sure you subscribe here to the Huskeronline YouTube channel, and also check out Huskeronline.com. We've got a great special going on, 1 year for $1. Gets you full access to Steve Sipple and our entire team of content on Husker Online. For Huskeronline.com, I'm Sean Callahan.